up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, Serendipity. Today we've been reacting to 30 dialects of the English language in the UK. I'm actually excited to see what these are. The ones that I kind of gravitate to is the Yorkshire accent and the Geordie accent. Those two, I don't know, they're pretty good. Yeah, let's get into this video.
They agreed that the one who first succeeded in making the traveller take his cloak off should be considered stronger than the other. Then the north wind blew as hard as he could, but the more he blew, the more closely did the traveller fold his cloak around him.
Yeah, we did that one in the last video. This was more like the news language.
All I knew was this, for the first decade of my life, this tremendous relief from my family. And people come around saying, lovely flatbed, oh, you are lucky.
And the horse he'd go off round the alleyways to the various people, and the horse would just walk a bit further down the road and stop again, and so on, you know. And he ended up down here in the afternoon, the last call.
Oh, put a heap of straw in and shook it all up and watered it, and then drawed out these bundles and took it up on a fork. I only followed that through for 1 12 and I took to a stable of horses. Of course, that improves the wages. We had 12 shillings a week then, and a cottage to live with at work.
And that was better beer. That was halfpenny beer, see? And it was brewed at Kennet. Well, around here, because there's big breweries, Kennet. They used to brew some beautiful beer.
And they...
Something about brewing beer.
And they were big blokes in them days. No, you wouldn't get in... You wouldn't get in Bristol Police for under 6 foot.
Then it was.
I didn't realize that this was the audio of this. It sounds like it was from the 40s. It sounds just like a bunch of old people. The audio's weird.
Rinsed in the big square sink, and then you went out the yard and you mangled it, and then it went up on the line.
You're covered in mud and muck.
Oh, we've been for a good old stank.
I kind of like that one. That one kind of seems like...
You're covered in mud and muck.
Oh, we've...
Hold on.
Then you went out the yard and you mangled it, and then it went up on the line.
It kind of sounded like old movies, like old, I think they call it the transatlantic. That kind of sounds like a little bit of it. Or even definitely nowhere near the same, but I am getting hints of a Midwestern accent. The only reason I'm saying this is because I so want to know where did the Americans get the different accents from, and it would be cool to this part of England came over here, which I know that there's other countries that also has influence on the American language and accent. So, but I don't know. It's just fascinating to think about, if there's a specific place in England that moved to somewhere in America, and, that's the new accent. Yeah. Oh, why did it go?
You're covered in mud and muck.
Oh, we've been for a good old stank.
Or a stank.
Good old stank, and that is Cornish. Stank. A tough walk. That was a good old stank, wasn't it? A braille stank.
What's a stank?
And then sometimes the weeds were pulled out by hand. There used to be 𝐋𝐤𝐤𝐤𝐞, which looked very much like mustard seed, but that was a weed. The 𝐋𝐤𝐤𝐤𝐞 used to be pulled by hand.
Winnie the Pooh vibes.
I said, I don't know. I said, more don't know far, I don't think.
See, that one sounds like an old, American accent too. Or shows
when
anyway.
Dad brought stalk of Brussels sprouts home, he trimmed them up on the garden, and they would weigh £7.
One thing I always call it, is it time for victuals, mate? I always call it victuals. That's maybe on my way, but if we're two of them, I say to my brother, we better go for some victuals, mate, and off we go for the dinner,
I have no clue. It seems like the Midlands seems harder to understand. He says something about vehicles, Smith, or something like that. I have no clue.
Mate, and off we go for the dinner,
Yeah.
Mind you, I don't know whether there'd be any truth in it, to tell you the truth, because nobody ever took interest, and of course I suppose anybody with a good head.
I thought that's great.
Nobody's good.
Oi, up it, you know. Well, I upped it by taking about 2 paces back. And then I sat there and I watched this bloke as he assembled his drum kit, you see. And I spent the whole rest of the night watching this drummer.
If I want to go up Hanley Park or anything like that.
Potteries? I've never heard of
what
that.
She's saying, she'd shove this
Hold on,
west.
I'm gonna have to listen to this one.
If I want
really
to go
close.
up Hanley Park or anything like that, get a milk bottle, she's saying, she'd shove this white stuff in it and shake it up. And there you go with this bottle of pop and a beetroot sandwich.
A bottle of
Things
hot and a
started
something
to
sandwich.
change, you see, and the
I thought she said
bus
mailbox at
was
some point in
going
there
up to
too, but I know
Aberystwyth
that's not correct.
Twice a week.
Let me hear it.
Was going up to Aberystwyth twice a week, and Aberystwyth people started to go down on the bus to Machynlleth to do their bit of shopping, isn't it?
When they're boiled, then they've got to be peeled. So on the table they go, depending on the size of your catch, which could in them days be anything from £10 to £150 in weight. The hours mounted up, you see. You might get back home at, say, 7 in the morning.
Talking about catching fish, I'm
I can't forget
pretty
one
sure.
man lower down in I told you we lived in one of the old houses. Well, on the other corner where the other end was, there was a man who was down the docks and he was working there, and I just can't.
You know what, that accent right there, that accent sounds like the guy that would read our audiobooks in school to us. Like, the teacher would play the audio while we'll have our books, whatever book we're reading that day. And, well, I think it was like once, or I think every month and a half. Anyway, that's not the point. This guy sounds like the guy that would read to us.
Lower down in I told you we lived in one of the old houses. Well, on the other corner where the other end was, there was a man who was down the docks and he was working there, and I just can't think of his name now.
I mean,
it does, like a little less accent, but that literally sounds like it.
Piccadilly and
I've
places
never
like
heard of
that
this
where
accent
people
either.
have fed them and they're all over them, but this is actually being able to pick them up without them flying off.
You turn your bucket into its sail. It's a strainer, is sail. You sit on a little 3-leg steel and get your head stuck into that cool side. By God, it was a grand job on a frosty morning.
It kind of goes dun 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 dun, like at the end it goes up a little. Pitmatic. I've never heard of that accent either.
Yeah, I like when the fellow got a glyph and caught the chumming.
Well, should he? I mean, how are you going to catch up?
Money in
You
the
didn't
bank.
get paid if you didn't catch up.
That just sounds like two old Southern guys talking.
That's the I always love all that. I mean,
Majority.
I love a stronger East year. I mean, them days you didn't live with lasses. If a bloke was gone with a lass and they weren't married, she had a bad name, you know, and everybody looked down on people like that.
So that's talking about like,
which is a shame.
That was talking about something about a girl
had a
and then
bad
a
name.
lass.
You know, and everybody looked down on people like that.
I do know what
Which
he
is a
said
shame.
that time.
I think
but
it's a place for.
yeah, I
the
can't
old-fashioned type of-
say it.
You know, and I mean the ones like the last one we were in the market. It's been renovated. It really is nice. It's open plan, beautiful, really is, and they do a lot of catering.
Use our
Nice catering
Macatore,
place.
our Cumberland crack. Because once it's gone,
Cumbrian.
it never come back. Use it gay often, as much as you like, or it'll just get away like snow for that.
It's probably the audio, but it's giving me a lot of like old like movies and shows that I grew up watching. That's some of these accents is just giving me vibes of that. It could just be how the audio is, but yeah, a lot of this is like old shows that I grew up on.
Had this the horse and kit, and we had a big Clydesdale cuddy, a big Clydesdale horse.
Well, no, this is very. I don't think that big of a section you could do on the Scottish. because just from my other video that I did, they did a Edinburgh to Glasgow accent, and completely different accent. So I don't think that's fair of doing that big of a spread to really generalize it. Maybe like half and the other, like maybe left to right, but not, you know, south to north.
I've had strides, but that comes from advertising. I know it comes from advertising, and yeah, I just use trousers or jeans. Most people wear jeans.
There's people
You say
that say
most
that better
people
than I
wear
could,
jeans?
of course.
I mean, I think.
Just use trousers or jeans. Most people wear jeans.
I think that's what he said.
There's people could say that better than I could, of course. I produced the thing, and I know people have enjoyed it. And as far as I'm concerned, if people enjoy something that I'm doing or that I've done, then that is a reward in its own. And it seems as though I have a talent, as you say.
Now this is National Golf Month, and if there's no exciting enough for all they followers of the wee white ball, the Irish Open is for the Royal County Down Golf
I don't know
Club,
if I've heard of that
starting
one.
on the 28th.
And
They think you're better now, you won't get them there, or they all want past jobs now, they won't get them to work on anything that we work on.
I like her voice. Okay, this really gave me more of an insight of the UK accents. There was a few of them that I never heard of, but I would say like half to more. You know, maybe like 70% I knew about already. I mean, I feel like a fair thing to say is that how many accents is in the UK is the exact number as how many cities are in the UK. Each city is a different accent. Definitely what it seems like anyway. Also, the audio was a little weird. It just brought me back like early Saturday mornings watching like these old shows with my dad. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and like always, there's more to come, and I'll see you in the next one.